administration. Speaking at a press briefing on Wednesday, Muturi stated that his dismissal was a direct consequence of his persistent calls for the government to address the alarming cases of enforced disappearances and unlawful executions. Emmanuel Mara reports.
I've called you here this afternoon.
In a bold statement responding to President William Ruto's televised remarks, former Cabinet Secretary for Public Service and Human Capital Development, Honorable Justin Muturi, has refuted claims that he was dismissed for failing to attend cabinet meetings. Instead, he asserts that his ouster was a direct consequence of his unwavering stance against abductions and extrajudicial killings in the country. Muturi detailed his absence from 3 cabinet meetings this year, explaining that his non-attendance was a principled stand against the governmental refusal to address the issue of abductions and extrajudicial killings.
I again wrote to the President directly this time, drawing his attention to my earlier letter dated 20th of January this year, and stated that I found it untenable for the highest decision-making body of the state to continue sweeping the matter of abductions and extrajudicial killings under the carpet. I stated therein that I would not attend any other cabinet meetings until the issues of abductions and extrajudicial killings were listed as an agenda for discussion, debate, and resolution on the way forward.
Honorable Muturi recounted that on January 12th, he publicly condemned the rampant abductions and extrajudicial killings, calling on the government to take action. Shortly thereafter, he was summoned to record a statement with the Directorate and Criminal Investigation DCI following pressure from various quarters.
On the 14th of January this year, I recorded a comprehensive statement at the DCIO Kilimani. In that statement, I raised many fundamental issues as to how, among others, my son had been abducted and later released at the intervention of the President. This elicited calls for my resignation or sacking, including from several cabinet members and leaders from both houses of Parliament.
Muturi detailed his absence from 3 cabinet meetings this year, explaining that his non-attendance was a principal stand against the government's refusal to address the issue of abductions and extrajudicial killings. According to Muturi, the same scenario played out during subsequent cabinet meeting on February 11th and March 11th, prompting him to write directly to the president. However, his concerns were met with silence.
Abductions and extrajudicial killings was still missing on the agenda. Once again, I wrote directly to the President in a letter dated 10th of March, again referring to the previous 2 letters and reiterating my position. And I did beseech the President this time around to direct that the vexing issue of abductions and extrajudicial killings in our country be prioritized and placed on the agenda for any future cabinet meetings. Ladies and gentlemen, to date, the President has never acknowledged receipt nor responded to any of my letters.
Taking aim at the President's own admission of disbanding a police squad allegedly responsible for the killings, Muturi questioned why no members of the said squad had been prosecuted. His statement raises critical questions regarding the handling of extrajudicial killings and enforced disappearances in the country, highlighting the need for transparency and accountability in addressing these concerns.
I ask the question, why has the President not given the names of those killers that were part of that squad so that they can be prosecuted for the crimes they have committed? Your guess is as good as mine.
Emmanuel Marwa, EBN TV, Nairobi.
The Orange Democratic Movement ODM party has accused Wiper Party of attempting to disrupt the reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission following Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka's call for urgent consultations with President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga. At a press briefing on Wednesday, ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna responded to claims by a section of the Azimio la Umoja coalition-led Wiper, which alleged undue interference by ODM in the IEBC reconstitution process. Sifuna dismissed the accusations as politically motivated and aimed at discrediting ongoing efforts to reform the electoral body.
The party takes strong exception to recent unfounded allegations made by some Azimio la Umoja leaders of alleged interference by ODM in the ongoing process of reconstituting the IEBC. For the record, this process is being conducted in full accordance with the NADCO report. It is also common knowledge that NADCO was chaired by none other than the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, the leader of the Wiper party. Kenyans are fully aware that the inordinate delay in commencing this exercise was due to the failure to resolve the nomination of the Wiper representative to the selection panel, following the support of ODM, both at the PPLC and in court, including affidavits sworn by our very own Junet Mohammed here. Wiper got its rightful slot, and as we speak, Wiper's nominee to the panel, Koki Muli, has been part of the process from the shortlisting to the ongoing candidate interviews. In fact, one of the candidates who've been shortlisted as a member of the commission is Honorable Musyoka's advisor, and this is fully within the candidate's constitutional right. Further, the law grants the selection panel the authority to determine its own procedures, granting it operational autonomy in executing its mandate. The panel should be allowed to independently execute its mandate without political interference, or indeed any other interference. We view the accusation by a section of Azimio leaders as an attempt to preemptively discredit the panel and the outcome of the entire process. Kenyans have waited a very long time to have an electoral commission in place, and we will not countenance any attempts to derail or delay that process.
Let's keep up with the head of state. President William Ruto has taken another jibe at his former deputy Rigathi Gachagua over the supremacy battle for Mount Kenya, insisting that he still has a firm grip on the region. Speaking in Maua, Meru County on Wednesday, the president explained that his friendship with the region extends to 2 decades and cannot be broken by an individual. He highlighted development projects within the region, citing that he would continue fulfilling his campaign pledges.
Kwa hivyo watu wa Meru, mimi nimefurahi sana kufika hapa. Mimi nawahakikishia hii urafiki, na mimi nataka niseme nikiwa hapa Maua. Urafiki nimetengeneza na watu wa Meru. Urafiki nimetengeneza na watu wa Mulima. Ni urafiki ambayo tumetengeneza kwa miaka karibu 20. Hakuna mtu atakuja kuvunja urafiki ambayo mimi nimetengeneza na watu wa Mulima. Na siwezi kukubali mtu yeyote kuja kati yetu na ile kazi tumefanya kwa pamoja. Tutasimama ngangari, na mimi nitahakikisha kwamba maslahi yenu, maslahi ya Wakenya wote, tumeunganisha Kenya na Kenya isonge mbele.
Si wale wakora wa siasa pia wamehamishwa? Wahame kwa mlima, wasihame? Si walisema rais hawezi fika Meru? Sasa rais yako wapi? Rais ndiye mwenye mlima? Aishi kwa mlima? Akae kwa mlima?
Na ndio maana niliwaambia mimi ile njia ambayo utembea, natembea njia ya mwananchi, ile ambayo mwananchi ataweza kufaidika. Sio njia ya mtu ambaye ni binafsi na mtu ambaye anajipenda yeye mwenyewe.
Nilisema kwamba njuzi nilipokuwa pale ya kwamba kuna mkora alikuwa anataka kuuza wa Kenya na 10 billion. Akaambia Ruto, nipatie 10 billion nikuletea wa Meru. Semeni aibo. Mheshimiwa Rais, sisi tuko na imani na wewe.
A tragic accident at Kibuon Nyakach in Kisumu County has claimed the lives of 4 passengers, which include 3 students from Ober Boys High School who were traveling home for their April holiday. Several other passengers escaped with serious to minor injuries and were taken to Nyabondo Mission Hospital for emergency medical care, while the bodies of the deceased were taken to Nyabondo Mortuary. According to Regional Traffic Commander Nyanza, Peter Maina, the 14-seater matatu heading to Kisumu rammed a stalled trailer near Nyabondo Junction. He blamed the accident on reckless driving and cautioned drivers to be vigilant while on the road.
We have lost 4 people, including 3 pupils. The rest escaped with slight injuries. And as you can see, at the moment they are undergoing treatment at Nyabondo Mission Hospital. But I think it's the duty of all the drivers on our roads to be extra cautious, because despite the fact that the lorry had stalled on the road, it is also the duty of that other driver to ensure that he's careful in what he's doing on the road, to ensure the safety of
our condolences to the families. Days after the Court of Appeal cleared the way for President William Ruto's university funding model, the Ministry of Education is racing against time to conduct public participation across the country to align with the court's demands. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migoso Gamba revealed that his ministry has been working on a report since October last year, which is ready and which will inform the next course of action regarding the model. He announced that from the report, no student will be sent away to collect school fees, further affirming that the new system will give priority to children from poor backgrounds. Speaking during a prize-giving day in Nairobi, the CS insisted that the new model will ensure equity and fairness, enabling learners from all socio-economic backgrounds to access education with ease.
That because there's been an issue around the funding model, and we've worked on that funding model continuously from September last year. The report is ready. I think this week or next week you'll be doing public participation on it, on the issues of the appeals. You'll see some advertisement coming out. We are going to ensure that no student is left behind. In fact, the truth of the matter is that when the funding model had challenges, we had discussions with the universities, and we agreed that no student would be sent away or no student would not do the exams until we process the issues of appeals. And that happened. So just like you've done here in Maryhill, where all the students were able to remain in school, the students in universities will remain in school. And I've assured the 246,000 plus that we're going to work day and night to ensure that that model places the parents' income as close as possible to what they earn, so that we can ensure that the students who come from vulnerable backgrounds are supported fully by government, and those who are able to pay their fair share. So we are working on it, and I can guarantee here that there is no student that is going to remain outside because of lack of resources. That is our work, and we are working very hard to ensure that each one of us benefits. So last year, we had 246,000 students getting C+ and above out of 965,000. I think about a month and a half ago, we had somebody writing in the Standard that the government is not going to be able to take care of these 246,000 students. Let me disabuse you of that notion. The government is not only going to take care of the 246,000, but it's going to take care of more than 305,000 students, because what has happened is we have 305,000 spaces in the universities. So
Lurambi Member of Parliament Titus Hamala has made it clear that the Western region will not accept any position below that of Deputy President in the next government in 2027. Speaking at Chieyue High School during the presentation of 55 million shillings worth of bursary checks, Hamala stressed that Western residents are tired of supporting leaders of other communities only to end up on the opposition side. Despite Western leaders unanimously deciding to support President William Ruto in his bid for a second term, Hamala insisted that Ruto must nominate one of them as his running mate in the 2027 elections.
Na mtu atasema, oh, wale wanaenda ikulu wanapeleka tumbo yao. Nyinyi mmefika hapa bila tumbo. Nani amefika hapa bila tumbo? Nikienda ikulu naenda na tumbo. Na nikipata kitu naweka ndani, ingine naletea watu wangu. Nimeleta barabara 2, nimeleta masoko, nimeleta mahousing, na pia vile mtaenda nyumbani kununua chumvi. So shida iko wapi? Nikiitwa siku nyingine niende ama nisiende? Hatuwezi kuwa tu watu wa kufuata watu kiolela. We are saying kiti ya president Ruto, we are not negotiating with that one. Hiyo iko huko juu, yeye amekalia. Lakini vitu zingine hizi kuanzia kwa deputy mpaka ukija kwa minister sitakuwa vacant. Sisi hatuwezi kuwa tu tunajaza kikapu ya watu wengine. Tumejipata kwa opposition by bad luck. So mimi siwezi furahia opposition because nobody, hata wale wengine watakapokuja with their movement, their sole agenda is to form government. Na kama huwezi form government through the door, hata kama ndirisha ingilia, wewe ingia ndani. Sisi tumeruka, tuko ndani. Wale waliokuwa Biblia nasema wa kwanza watakuwa wa mwisho na wa mwisho watakuwa mbele. Tumedisplace wao, hiyo masahani yao tunachukua, tuko hapo, tumeanguka nayo. We are in government. Na sisi tafadhali, sisi tutembea na Raila, tulikuwa tunatafuta opposition. What were we looking for? Na sasa vile tulishindwa through the main door na tumepata mwanya kwa dirisha, tuingie ama tukae nje? Si tuingie. Tukiingia stima inaingia, barabara zetu ziundwe, ingine tutajua mbele. Na hata huko mbele tunasema kama sisi watu wa magharibi hatuwezi kupata president in 2027. Deputy. Hatuwezi acha.
The youth from the Mount Kenya region have strongly criticized the Chief of Defence Forces and the National Intelligence Service boss for making remarks they perceive as attempts to intimidate them from advocating for better governance. Speaking at a civic education forum in Embu town, the youth asserted that they will not remain silent as long as the government fails to address the challenges they face. Led by Ken Mugo, the youth reaffirmed their commitment to pushing for meaningful change and ensuring their voices are heard. Mugo questioned why the government, instead of addressing the concerns raised by young people, is resorting to use the military and intelligence services to silence them.
Sisi kama vijana wa Mount Kenya tumeamua to take responsibility ya hii region yetu. Tumeamua ya kwamba wakati umefika kwetu kama vijana kuchukua responsibility ya kura zetu and the decisions that we make at the ballot. Sababu tumekuja kuona mara nyingi sisi kama voting block ya vijana tuna end up kuwa compromised, tunakosa kuchagua wale watu ambao watasimamia our interests as a people.
So that civic education is home, because that is the key to changing our leadership. Everything that is happening around, we evade the youths. We can't evade the youths. We are the youths, we are the champions. We need to champion for the leadership that we want. And what we are saying and what we are portraying today is that we are ready for change. We need change. Change is inevitable. So far, so good. The last happenings, the last 2 years have shown that there are some things you can't resist. You can evade them, but you can't resist. So our main thing is civic education, making sure that every youth in Mount Kenya region, especially now that we are in Embu today, every youth akona voters card, akona ID.
Zisha vijana kwa zile vitu ambazo wanafaa wafanye before ya uchaguzi unaokaribia. Sababu tumekuwa tukipata malalamishi mingi sana. Wanasema tulichaguana, mtu akaenda akabadilika, kiongozi amekuwa mwingine, ashiki simu zetu, hajatusaidia kitu yoyote. Lakini tukirudi tunaangalia, tunaona kwamba hii shida ilitokea pale kwa kuchagua huyu kiongozi. Wengi wanasema walichaguana hawachaguani. Uchaguzi ukikaribia, wengine wananunuliwa kura zao, wengine ID hata wajui waliweka wapi, wengine wananunuliwa pombe ile siku mahali inajulikana kwamba kuna upinzani mkali, unanunuliwa pombe ile siku uchaguzi ikijulikana ni ya kesho. So tunataka kuongelesha hawa vijana ndio wakati ukikaribia uchaguzi kila mtu amekuwa amejihami na kura yake.
All right, more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. And in dispute located in Langata constituency currently hosts the posh West Park police lines in Nairobi's South Sea estate, among other amenities. The committee chaired by North Mogirango Member of Parliament Joash Nyamoko resolved to undertake an inquiry into the matter following a request for a statement on the same by Kiamba MP Njuguna Kawanjiku on behalf of an aggrieved women's group claiming the land against the National Police Service.
After that subdivision, the information we have, Bwana PS, is that one of the beneficiaries from that 10-6, whichever, that number, this 10-6-10 is somebody who was called RUTO Noah. Okay, you become a beneficiary. You also need to verify that to one of the pieces from this original, from the information we have, is that this man who used to be the director of DCI benefited from this subdivision.
In affidavit filed by the my director of land administration, Bano Chieng, he has actually addressed the issue of the receipt conclusively, which was actually filed in court. The receipt that is being used by the Mitumba is actually a fake receipt. It's actually criminal. And he has actually, in his filing of an affidavit, he says the plaintiff has severally referred to receipt number D216395 as the one which they paid the said stamp premium on 26 November 1990.
These people, you are saying that they are not the owners of this land. They are the actual people who have been paying the rates as far as that land is concerned. Even when you go to the Alisasa and you keep the new technology that you have, and you check the land rates that that land has, it is filed under the Mitumba women. They're the one who are supposed to pay these land rates, Mr. Chairman. So I think the police have been misusing their power, because even after they lost the case, they were not able, there is nowhere that they could get a court order and evict the police, because they're the one to use that court order and make sure that they are evicted from the land. So the police have been misusing their power of this matter, Mr. Chairman.
Residents of Kiharu now want President William Ruto to tour the area and spearhead various development projects. The residents expressed their concerns that on the current visit that he is taking to the Mount Kenya region, Kiharu was left out among the areas he was to visit. Led by leader for Party for Democratic Reforms, James Mwangi, the residents said in future president's visits in the region, Kiharu should be prioritized. Mwangi assured residents that despite president's failure to tour the constituency, all projects will be completed.
Leo nimekuja kama kiongozi hapa Kiharu, na hao watu ya bodaboda ni watu wangu. Tumefanya nao kazi karibu miaka 11 na bado ni marafiki zangu. Leo nilikuwa nimekuja kuleta apology ya viongozi wengi sana wa Murang'a ambao walikuwa wanataka rais akuja hapa Kiharu. Lakini hataweza, lakini ako na schedule ya kupanga mambo ya maendeleo katika Kiharu. So tunataka kuambia watu wa Kiharu, msiwe na wasiwasi. Hamko mayatima, tuko na tutaweza kuhakikisha ya kwamba miradi yote ya serikali katika sehemu ya Kiharu imewakilishwa sawa sawa. Jambo lenye nataka kuweka kwa nguvu ni kwamba kuna fununu ambayo inaendeshwa na baadhi ya viongozi wachache ya kwamba watu wa Kiharu hataki mambo ya serikali. Hakuna mtu mjinga ambaye anaweza kukata mambo ya serikali. Miradi inaendelea. Tumeona Laikipia, rais amepokelewa na watu wengi kule Laikipia. Tumeona Meru, rais amepokelewa na watu wengi sana kule Meru. Murang'a kesho wako hapa. Kwa hivyo watu wa Kiharu tuko pamoja na serikali na tutafanya kazi na serikali, na hii miaka 2.5 ambayo imebaki hakuna project ya Kiharu itasimama juu ya kuna viongozi ambao wataki mambo ya maendeleo. Na tumesema ya kwamba wakati wa muhula wa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta, tamu mzima Uhuru alikuja Murang'a mara 2. Na hiyo wakati takuja pia watu wamekubali. Nimeshawaeleza na wamesema watagojea yeye hapa Kiharu. Na asiwe na wasi na asitishwe. Watu wa Madhioya, watu wa Kiharu, tunatafuta shamba. Tunataka kuona mambo ya affordable housing hapa Murang'a North. Lakini mbona watu waseme hataki mambo ya maendeleo? Tunaelekea kuwa na IBC. Tutakuwa na siasa. Lakini kwa wakati huu ni mambo ya maendeleo. Will not be interrupted, will not be sabotaged, and we are here to defend the national government development agenda and the broad-based government, which we participated fully in the creation of this broad-based administration. For those few remarks, I thank you for that.
Counties are expected to receive a total of 7.3 million shillings for environmental projects as a way of funding grassroots initiatives to combat climate change. Abraham Barsosio, the treasurer of the project, stated that 46 counties will benefit from the initiative, which involves agriculture and irrigation. Farmers are expected to greatly benefit from the project, which is funded by the World Bank.
where we are giving each and every county 11 million every financial year, and we've done that for the last 3 financial years, just to enable counties to come up with the structures within their departments, to go to the wards and come up with the ward climate change planning committees. And we've set all those structures in the 45 counties of this county, except Mombasa and Nairobi, which are considered as urban counties. There are other programs for the two. And Uasin Gishu County has not been left in this. They are giants, they are champions in these programs, and we really want to applaud the governor for the good work and his team that they have done in ensuring that Flokabi is a success in this county. The second grant is on the investment grant, where we have a total of 7.3 billion for the counties to be able to compete to ensure that these grants come to their citizens.
Irrigation or irrigated farming, we are looking for water, especially through our water pans and small dams that we have there. At the same time, we want to conserve our environment. We want to conserve our water points. We want to conserve our soils, and we are encouraging farmers that through these programs, we will be able even to do what we are calling diversification. Apart from having safe water.
Let's get sporty. The under-17 women's national team, Junior Starlets, departed for Morocco on Wednesday morning ahead of the 2 high-profile friendly matches against Morocco under-17 scheduled for April 4th and April 7th in Rabat. The friendlies will serve as a crucial preparation for the Junior Starlets ahead of their final FIFA under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier against Cameroon. The first leg is set for Sunday, April 20th at Nyayo Stadium, with the return leg scheduled for Friday, April 25th at Stade Olembe. The aggregate winner will secure a spot at the 2025 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, set to take place in Morocco from October 17th to November 8th of 2025.
2 friendly matches to test where we are as a team. For the 2 friendlies, they will give us much fitness to be able to see where we are as a team, and also to give them confidence to play against Cameroon. Morocco, they keep the ball mostly. A very technical team. Tactically, they're also good. So they will give us a good picture for our match ahead. Cameroon is a very physical team, and also they play a lot of power play, and they have good strikers, so we have to prepare our defense effectively and also prepare our forwards to try and score early goals.
Hiyo game najua inaenda kutusaidia tujione tuko wapi kama sisi players. Najua inaenda kutusaidia na pia tutagain fitness yetu more. Ya moral kwa camp, players wanatamani sana tuwin hiyo game turudi tena World Cup. So kila mtu ana matamanio na anajua tunaenda kuwin hiyo game.
We wish Junior Starlets all the best as they take on the 2 friendlies. Remember, quite a busy calendar year, by the way, for the Kenyan national teams, because we also are expecting the Kenya under-17 men to also or boys to also participate in the AFCON under-20, not under-17, under-20. So quite a busy calendar year in terms of sports as well. Remember also the athletics, the World Champs will be taking place in August. The World Championships in volleyball as well will be taking place this same year. So we wish all those squads all the best. Thank you for watching tonight. Laura Omondi is our sign language interpreter. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Good night. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.